All right, so we're South Dade Anglers. Welcome. We're gonna have some wind this weekend, and potentially we thought we was gonna have cold weather, but it's gonna be warmer, I think. So our proposal is to go out of Homestead Bayfront Park. We'll go like 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll leave from there, and we'll come back at noon. And I guess we'll have some sandwiches in the parking lot. Is that what if it'll be full?
What time is sun up on Saturday?
Sun up.
7:05,
There you go.
7:10.
Say again?
7:09 says, right?
Leave her alone.
Yeah. 7:09.
Leave her alone.
So 7 o'clock could be a decent time. When we get there, I guess we can all go to the areas that we choose. I guess we can pick them. Let me show you. Oh, can you see the map?
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we are at Convoy Point. This is Homestead Bayfront Park. We'll come out. Actually, I didn't even talk about the fueling channel. But if we got the wind,
Yes.
you can run from there over to Turkey Point. You got about 3 to 4 feet of water. It's hard to get an 8-foot chop and 4 feet of water. And then here's the Arsenicer. Well, that's the Pelican Bank. Hello. Here's West Arsenicer here. And so you can run from Turkey Point down to here and then across. And again, you're on the northern edge of the shallow water. Here's the Arsenicer. Here's the other Arsenicer, and come over in here, and you can pick up.
Alone.
Okay, so you can stay in shallow water for the whole run. But first, I guess the list, I'll start with Mangrove Point. So if we come out of here, you go to Turkey Point, and if you run along the shoreline here, and there is a piece of PVC pipe in here somewhere, right? You don't see it on that. Anyway, you come in here, and then before you get to, this is Mangrove Key.
Leave her alone.
You swing over here and run down toward Mangrove Point. And for your memory, this is Midnight Pass, right? Let's want to look on the map. Let's see if I can get it.
Angel, lay down.
Hello.
You still got the map, right? You don't have the Homestead. And there's Turkey Point. You come down in here. There's West Arsenicer, East Arsenicer. And this is Mangrove Key. So you run down here and then you come across. If you're not on dead low, if you're on dead low tide, then you can come down through the Arsenicers. That may be a better way if you haven't done it before. And you can run into there. Let's look at it that way. Comments, please interrupt me.
Herman, where's the wind coming out?
So
It's going to be
we've
east,
got it.
east
Okay,
18.
Broad Key is a dead low tide at 7 a.m.
Okay. So then we'll be good. Well, believe it or not, we got the tide here, right?
Yeah.
So next.
Wind will be out of the west, northwest.
Okay, so here's Saturday at East Arsenicer. We got the low tide at 8 o'clock.
The wind's out of the west, northwest. I'm saying west, northwest.
Yeah, my forecast says out of the northwest rather, to west.
I see
For
north.
for Saturday, the 16th. From
Yeah, you're right. Northwest.
16 to 20.
All right, so it'll be shallow in there.
There'll be no damn water in there at all.
For more wind protected.
Okay. Well, depends on if you got your big boat, yeah. All right, I'm sharing on this again, right?
Yeah.
The map. So if you want your Turkey Point, you got 4 to 5 feet. You can come in here between the Arsenicers. And then, if you're comfortable running Midnight Pass, it's right through here. If not, then you hang in this area. But anyway, it's grassy. Mangrove Point is here. Has anybody caught anything in these areas before?
No.
No?
Where's that at?
I have.
Well, on the map, I think it's
Between the
off.
Marsnickers.
Yeah,
looks
along
like
the
Plenty of
shoreline,
barracuda and
Turkey
snapper.
Point. Okay.
along the shoreline, Herman?
No, these are the islands here. The shoreline's over here, but they're saying it's going to be low tide. So Mangrove Point, the lagoon, and the island there are going to be tough to reach because those are like 2 feet at low tide.
Yeah,
But it could run in here. I know around the West Arsenicer, there's grass all in these areas here. There's also a ridge that comes out here. And sometimes the fish, they come in and they run along that ridge and then back, but it'd probably be on.
Herman, you're above Midnight Pay. You're at the first arsenicer, right? The first one.
Yeah, here's the long Arsenicer here. So Midnight Pass is coming through
Okay.
here.
Because I see all the canals from Turkey Point, but I don't see any of the
Yeah,
entrance to the
The
bays.
map is off, I think.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
the map is not looking good. It's not.
Yeah, it's off. Your map is off. Try to open the map again.
Okay, let me, all right, I wasn't on the map where I was on,
It was half and half.
was,
Half map, half blur.
okay.
We're getting a good look out at the cooling
Is that
canals.
it? Is that it
There you
now?
go.
You got
Now
it?
you're on.
There you go.
Okay. So again, here's Turkey Point, and you can run down into this area here, work that whole area. There's grass in all these places. If you wanted to chum, you could probably draw some snapper out of the grass. There have been permit here along this edge and along an edge that runs along here. If you get close to the island,
Yes.
you know, there's snapper up along the edges of this island. This one's got a lot of skinny water around it. But
Yeah.
East Arsenicer,
What's
I don't know.
West
What's the
Arsenicer.
time? What's the tide on the west side of the bay? It's like an hour later.
Well,
Yeah. About an hour.
here's a tide at
What's the
Turkey
tide?
Point.
What's the low tide again? This morning, the morning for Saturday, right there.
Saturday morning, the low tide is going to be at 7:45.
So it's a
AM.
rising tide.
It's going to be
For
rising tide. in the
bonefish.
morning. The high tide's going to be at 1 o'clock. That's the Turkey Point.
I think it's 2 days after the
Cold.
new
I think
moon,
it's going to be in the 60s.
right? And
What's
it's 2
that?
days after the new moon.
New moon? I don't know. No, I think, oh, the new moon. Yeah, probably so.
Which is the stronger tide, the
Weekly
outgoing or the
new moon.
incoming?
Well, you're going to have incoming all morning.
Well, they're both strong, but I don't know.
I'm just thinking of,
Yeah, it's going to be,
Yeah.
actually Thursday is the new moon. So it's 2 days after the new moon.
right.
But so we'll have a good strong incoming tide. And again, these are low tide marks here. These are low tide marks. So I would, you know, around here, in this edge over here, I've seen permit in here before, right, Henry? And
Oh, yeah.
you know, I'm sure you could chum some of the grass in here and draw snappers out at the East Arsenicer, which is on the south end. I wish I could just flip from one to the other. Hang on. My bad. I would probably get better.
Is
at
it also easier to get in? Is it easier to get on the east side of the west Arsenicer rather than the
You
shoreline?
run
and
right
all the,
between here. Can you see that one? Here's the Arsenicers. Here's the west and the east Arsenicer. So you can see all the sand around the east one. The
Yeah.
west one is deep up to the edge there, and I fished up in there
Mhm.
for snapper. You can see
Yeah,
that
but
the
coming
channel runs all the way in here, and all the way up into this area has got deep
So
water.
it's on the east side of West Arsenicer.
And here's Midnight Pass. You can see it's
Yeah.
it's marked, okay? And over on the East Arsenicer, don't tell anybody. But see that hole there? The only problem is it's skinny getting up to it. But anyway, there's a nice hole on the East Arsenicer key.
I mean, the flat
I
should be
I
loaded.
fished that area Herman,
Yeah,
when I was 8 years old,
yeah.
there used to be a fishing camp on East Arsenic, right where you had the arrow a second ago.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the farmers had a camp there, and I haven't been there in 20 years, but there used to be a fishing camp right there that we used to go to when I was a
Wow.
little kid.
Well, I think this is a wake from a boat right here, but if we got the right side, you got a couple of feet of water on the flat, you can get in there. That's probably 6 or 8 feet deep in the hole. And I have chum for snapper before in there.
It's one of Brian's favorite barracuda spots.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna say. Those flats are gonna be, they're gonna be loaded with CUDA now.
Yeah.
That's what I usually find there, barracudas.
Well, you could do
Small,
kudas,
big, all
kudas
sizes.
anywhere in this whole area
And they're gonna be big.
where we've seen a permit before.
There's gonna be big CUDAs on the flats as they come in during the winter.
Okay, so let's go back. I wish I could switch. I don't know how to do that. I'll have to learn how to do that. Okay, here's the map. So let's run over to where we're going to go over. We did the Arsenickers. How about Caesar Creek? All right. So here's Caesar Creek. Come in here, go across the flat. One of the classic places, I guess, that Captain Rick used to fish, right, is he'd anchor up on this. We got the incoming tide, so you have water coming in. And you can pole out on this flat here and throw some shrimp out. And
What? Herman, I can't see it on the map. I'm sorry.
You can't see it on the map? Am I on the
There,
wrong?
I can see your marker now. I can see your marker.
You see it?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so right here, here's you come into Caesar Creek, and here's a big sand flat here. I guess if I could go.
Right.
Okay, so here's Caesar Creek. So I'm
Right.
talking about
Not
this
yet,
flat
Ed.
right here. Okay. So you come in, you can stake out on this. You're gonna have water pushing past you. You can throw some shrimp out for chum and see if you can get something up toward the flat or the edge of the flat. Also, in times I've seen permit tailing on the edge of this one time out of 1,000. Come on, Tom. Let me hang in.
I'm thinking on Adams Key,
Yeah,
but we're gonna be a lot of wind out of the northwest.
yeah.
So I think we might want to cross through the channel here and fish the outside of Elliott going
That's
north.
true. Well, if we go on the outside, you got bonefish.
Yeah.
In these areas up here.
You
That's
could
what I
even
was-
go back to some of the patch reefs and, because the wind won't be bad until you get out about a mile.
Yeah, well,
Famous last words.
boat. My little flats boat.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You guys get on the west side of Elliott Key and you can pull with the wind. And you'll see big schools of bonefish out there.
Out here.
I think you've done that, haven't you?
That
Is it David?
wind, it's gonna be brutal on the west side.
Right,
The
East side,
You're
yeah.
gonna be a lot better off.
Yeah, Henry means
Side.
east side.
east side. Yeah, I'm saying east
Henry
side.
means east side, yeah. And you also
Yeah.
got the incoming tide. If you got a shallow water boat here, you can go through here and up in this area, or you can come around and come into here. Tide's going to be pushing this way. There have been bonefish in here before too. They come in feeding in that area. But again, if you're going to be protected here from this flat. So if you got here, you got the incoming tide. This is only going to be about a foot deep. So you could chum in here for a while and see if you can get something out of the channel up into there.
I have a question, Herman and Chris. If that is that area considered hurricane flats? That area.
Let me
right
show you
there?
where Hurricane Flat is. Hurricane Flat is this one right here. Okay.
Where? I
And
don't see-
actually there's a whirlpool here,
Oh, okay.
and you can anchor on this side and cast into it, or along this edge, jacks, snapper, blue runners, stuff on the line. I do that with the grandkids. They love it. Or in
David.
right in here.
Yes.
Do
And
you remember where?
Yeah, we were
remember where I
back
took
there.
you?
Yeah, back
Remember where I took you and Giuseppe?
right back here behind Adams Key,
And we
in
chum
this,
for bones there on the incoming.
not
Right in
Adams.
here.
No, sorry, no, on the other side, near Porgy. Reed and Porgy, in one of those. We
Okay,
were
yeah,
back-
in here, yeah.
Let me think. Yeah, we
This is
came in.
this is the classic path for bonefish.
Yeah,
in
there were
here.
tarpon in there. We saw
One?
schools of
In
tarpon,
here,
remember?
this is
And
Hurricane
bones.
Creek.
Yeah.
This is Hurricane Creek, and in here, and then up on the flat. And I've been staked out there before, and I threw out the shrimp, and it was baiting my hook, and the bonefish came in 30 miles an hour, and they're sitting there staring at me while I'm trying to put a shrimp on my hook.
Where's our meal?
So make sure you put the bait on the hook and out in the water before you throw the chum out.
So is that area very skinny between south of Reed Key, where it's all looks like flats? Is it?
Yeah, that's the
It is
Hurricane
flat.
Flat. So it's
That-
going to
when
be
you-
very skinny on the low tide, but on the higher tide,
halfway up, right?
You're
We're going to be out there at 10, 11 o'clock. It might be coming up.
yeah,
into
yeah.
the higher
And this
tide.
is always deep, so you can go in there. It's like 8-9 feet deep.
You can go from
Yeah.
Rubicon and actually pull that whole flat going towards Porgy on the south side.
Oh, coming
Up here.
in
All
south
this.
of Reed.
Yeah.
Where,
Well, it's deep right along the edge here. You can see it. I think it's deep along the
Yeah.
edge.
Yeah.
There are bones that hang on that island, and you can come all the way down through here, and then you come out. And like I said, this is a good vantage point, and then this is a channel here that's like 3 feet deep, and runs all the way out to Cedar Creek. It's shallow, but you can still run in here.
What's the water temperature? Do you guys know?
No, but it's
I
not
understand
bad.
about 78, 75.
That's good
Really?
for bones.
Yeah,
Anything over
we got
72.
like 70 degree, 75-degree weather right now.
I'm planning on maybe fishing Saturday. The high is 42.
Oof.
That's ice fishing. You got
You might get a few ice cubes at that.
Yeah. And I might go to Lake Norman.
It's a big
We'll
lake
see.
there. Mhm.
Get your Miami long johns out.
Yeah, I know. I can't. Maybe. Who knows? I'm depending on what's going to happen.
More
Good
thoughts on Cedar
goal.
Creek? Types of
Oh,
species?
There's a lot of snapper in those areas too, in the bigger holes. So
Yeah,
I know you-
I caught a big mutton snapper there on the flats.
Where?
around Caesar.
You got right through Caesars Creek base, east side of Porgy Key.
Okay. Yeah, there's this channel here. The problem is it gets very skinny going
Right.
from Cedar Creek into that. But what you can do is come in along this edge. And once you're in here, there's actually right here, there's some underground caverns in there. And I've had people that have dived in there before, and there's snook just hanging in there.
That's exactly where the mutton was, where the muttons were, right on
Yeah, and you can fish right in that corner there. If you put some chum out, I've caught chubs in there before, believe it or not. But you know, whatever's in that day, in that cavern is going to be there, right in that corner there. And you can also fish these points. I've caught large jacks and things like that, or along that edge. The whole Hurricane Creek is really protected, and it's nice and nasty weather. The low tide, like I said, would fight you to get in there, but what's the low tide? Let me check the other thing. I'll see what the low
It's
tide.
gonna be earlier.
Yeah, they're at 7
tide
o'clock,
is early.
low, dead low at 7.
Yeah. So they're showing, like, I know it goes to like 2 feet on dead low tide. After that, it's okay. So you could judge it when you get out there.
I mean, you guys are
Like
going to,
a full high tide by 12, so a 5-hour tide swing from
Yeah.
low to high.
Yeah. So by the time you get out there, it's going to be 9:30 or 10. There'll be plenty of water to cross over. Just don't run straight across here. You got to come over here and come in at an angle.
hey, Tom, can you chum on Caesars Creek Bank? The one that's going out?
I have for tarpon, when if you go out, I guess about 300, 400 yards, the tarpon used to come through there daisy chaining years ago. I mean, you couldn't believe the numbers of tarpon you'd see. And
Can you
we'd
chum for
occasionally
bones
get,
there?
you get bonefish. and you'll see permit, but you never know when you're gonna see a permit. But we used to fish a lot of tarpon in there. And,
They're always surprised.
Well, I used to fish there right at the turn of the tide, right? No, actually it was the turn of the outgoing. So I don't, but when it's up high, if you guys trolling mode around, you might see a permit, or even sitting on that bank and chumming, you might chum some bones in.
Well, here's a crossroads here. There's another crossroad and another crossroad. So fish will be coming through those because that's where the flow will be. And
Yeah, but the current's going to be awesome for chumming.
let's go ahead and talk about Old Rhodes. If you go down here, okay, here's Old Rhodes Point. And I'm still on Google Maps, right?
yeah,
I used to anchor up here and say, how the hell can Bill Curtis catch fish up here? But actually it comes in here like this. You can see the basin and they would come down along the basin in there. So you got to come out. It drops off to like 5 to 9 feet. And let's see if I can switch the share to the other one. Okay. All right. So then here is
You got the map now.
okay,
Yeah.
good. There's the Old Rhodes Point. All right. See the basin? How it comes
Yeah,
in?
it's like a flat.
And there's that wall
the
there.
other, right.
That's where Bill Curtis used to fish, is on that edge, not up here on the point.
Mm.
Okay, so you got to come out Old Rhodes Creek. You can do that, or you can come up from Broad Creek. You got to run on the outside, and again, it'll be okay because you're going to have a northwest wind. So maybe running through. Let me back up. See, here's the Arsenickers. Again, you come down the channel, and then you can go into Broad Creek. So you could run through that to the outside, go around, and then come up to Old Rhodes Point right there. And this whole edge, see that 5-foot edge? That's where the tarpon would be coming along, is that edge. With a west wind, it may be good, maybe good time to do that.
I think on that point at All Roads Key, I used to go there, and that was another coral cave right on that point.
Really?
And we used to chum for a snapper there.
Okay.
You would bring glass minnows and no chum, just glass minnows, and you would see the snapper come out.
Yeah, well, you can see the deep.
Yeah, there's a deep hole right there on the
Right
inside
there,
of that.
Yeah.
It's like 10 or 12 feet deep right there.
And right here in the channel, and I've caught like 4-foot barracuda in there. They hang out in those rocks right on that point there.
And Noel was telling me that in Broad Creek Channel, sometimes he trolls a Rapala and he catches mutton snappers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Chris Pedersen, you do that, right?
Well, I do, yeah. As a matter of fact.
he trolls for muttons. He trolls for muttons. They come up and slam because he took me out, and he did that with me.
You're trolling a Rapala?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I came up and slammed it.
Actually, a Yazuri, but yeah. In the channels on the north side. I've never done it down there, but down on the south side. This right there by the Pink House, that used to be a famous fish for snapper.
The Pink House. Yeah,
You
It's on the north
place?
side of
you're talking
no,
about
further north.
the
UM Research?
Right there.
yeah, the UM Research House. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you got
Well,
this
it's a
whole
different
edge here,
house now.
so trolling that whole edge, it's a nice deep drop off, so it probably would have something. I've anchored up there before and done snapper fishing.
There's a hell of a current in there, though. That's a big problem. There's so much current.
Yeah, well, you
Can't
can come
really
back up.
chum very well.
You can come back up in this area here. Yeah. But trolling, that would be an interesting proposition. I haven't done that, but that maybe yields something.
Yeah. I would give it a try. He's
Broad Creek.
Broad Creek.
Let me
On
show
the
you.
outside, though, he did it.
Huh?
We didn't. on the outside while you're going out
Yeah.
on the edge. You'll see the edge.
Yeah, well, you can follow the edge of the channel depending on how low the current
Exactly.
is. You can see it. And
Yeah.
yeah, any of those places where you got the wall like that and the current flowing, you should be able to troll in there.
Probably do it in Caesar's Creek channel too. I don't understand why not.
I think probably. Let me
What's
go
up,
back.
Eddie Spaghetti?
How you doing, Hank?
There he is. Hey, Eddie.
Good,
How
buddy.
you doing, gentlemen? Happy New Year's to all.
Hello,
Hey, Eddie, how we doing?
Thank you.
Eddie, we're showing all our
Guys.
secret spots and showing how to fish them.
Russell,
how
you doing?
Guys, I have to let you go. My phone's gonna die. You
All right,
guys take
man.
it easy.
Good
Have
seeing
a
you.
good
All
time.
right, take care, Henry.
Take care, guys.
You get any snow up there this week, Henry?
Last week, Wednesday, it was beautiful.
Uh-huh. You go out and make a snowball?
Yeah, I sure did. All right, guys.
Use it
Have a
to
good
use it to
time.
cool your drink.
Yeah, I know. Let me send me your pictures.
Okay.
Henry boy.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Bye,
Henry.
Russell, son.
I can't do it.
Okay, let's take one last look at Angelfish and then Angelfish, hello. Come in here. You can also, I was looking up in here, right here. There's a deep hole in there. There's about a 25-foot hole there. See it? And so there's jacks and stuff in there.
What about that place with the garbage at Snapper Point inside the bay? Is there? Oh, that's going to be in the wind area. It's not going to be a good spot.
Yeah, well, so that's Angelfish. You know, you can come over here, anchor up, chum here on the falling tide. I don't know, the incoming tide. Just pick a point. There's all grass in all these channels. They're all loaded with grass. So you could do some snapper fishing. If you can't catch them at one spot, move another 100 yards and try chumming another place. So that's the best advice I got for angelfish. On the west side, you got the big cooling canal, which I don't have on the list. There's always tarpon in there. You can never get them to hook up, but I have had bites on a white bucktail. Tom, Chris, Pedersen.
Yeah.
Where am I going to catch those tarpon?
No,
on?
never,
Huh?
nothing.
Well, this just isn't a real
It's
tarpon
dead.
time of the year.
Yeah, I know, but they're always in there. 12
Yeah.
months they're in there.
Well,
Anyway. Okay.
There's a lot of lizards. A lot of lizard fish there. That mouth.
Okay,
It's all,
midnight pass, back to the arsenicers. So you can run, hello, from Homestead Bayfront down to Turkey Point, come across here to the arsenicers, and I've done that in 30-mile-an-hour winds, you know, and then cross over going to Caesar Creek, Old Rhodes, Broad Creek, all those areas. Although we're going to have the west wind, but once you get in the skinny water, it's hard for 2 feet of water to support a big chop.
I think the east shore of Elliott Key is going to look pretty good on an incoming tide with a west wind.
It sounds like it, doesn't it?
That's where I would fish if I wanted bones or permit.
I believe
Permit
that's
sounds
a good
interesting.
call.
to me. Right, Russell?
Yes, sir.
There's some bonefish out there somewhere, aren't they?
Yeah, we saw them, a whole school of them, Herman.
Listen, Russell, you might get a square grouper in there too. They say there's been more of that coming in.
Like it comes in with a tide.
Yeah, it sure does.
Keep your bailing hook ready.
Roger, you didn't tell us any of your secret spots. Come on.
You want to talk?
Yeah? All right. Okay, so anything else you guys want me to put up or show? Or shut up? What do you want me to do?
On Caesar's Creek there's boat traffic, going through Caesar's Creek. You got to be careful.
You do. Where'd it go again? Hang on, I'll find it.
Yeah. Careful.
Okay, yeah, there's boat traffic. But that's coming through here. It's idle only now. It's not, there's no wake.
Don't see it. Don't see the map.
Okay, oh, I lost the share. Hang on, let me turn it back on again. Sorry. Let me get to the meeting. Turn on the share. Right. Okay. So here's Cedar Creek. So they have no wake from here all the way over to here now. So you're a little bit more protected. They used to come through there 60 miles an hour. But I wouldn't anchor in the middle in the main channel there either. I would, again, depending on your rising tide, you know, here, anywhere along this edge, the whirlpool. Come on now, Roger, tell me. In Hurricane Creek, you can run over here and go to, yeah, Hurricane Creek. And you can also come up in here and fish this area. That's about 4 feet.
We didn't go to Jones Lagoon yet.
No, we didn't.
Not going to be much of a tide except around noon.
Yeah, there's not much. There's no water.
Lagoon.
There's no water, and there's no motors either. So
You can't get into Jones Lagoon on a low tide.
Here's our gate right here.
you could
It's
try.
Really grown up.
Yeah. But you can fish the north end up there,
Yep.
and there's all kinds of grass and stuff in there. As you could get in here, depends on how much water there is. In a kayak, you can do it.
At low tide, there isn't gonna be any water there tomorrow on Saturday, not with a west wind.
No. But that make Hurricane Creek good. It'll make up here, this channel good, and also this channel once you get some water in there. And like Chris says, the east side of Elliott Key. Russell,
That's where that school of bonefish was.
yeah, it was up in here.
Yeah.
And actually, the picture we have on our door of Stu Apt with the permit, I think it was filmed right here on this flat, right here.
I think you're right. That's a
So,
good spot. They
the
come
fishing
right around
areas,
that
and you can
point there.
see the fresh water's pushing out of there. It comes out. And so you'll have a runoff of fresh water, especially with the west wind, which will make it attractive too. So again, the shallow water way out, and again, you know, you can pick. I mean, it's 5 feet out here, it's 3 feet over here. So you just, you know, come closer to the islands. You got 4 feet when you come out of Homestead and run across here outside of Turkey Point, go down
There's
to
a
the
large
west.
canal there that holds a lot of fish.
Yeah, the
Coming
fueling
out of Turkey
canal,
Point.
the fueling canal. And again, with the
Yeah,
west
not
wind,
The barge canal, right there, yeah.
Pull up right there on the fueling canal.
It holds a lot of fish.
Yeah,
We got a hogfish last time with it.
really.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Huh.
Certain times of the year, it really does fill up with snapper too.
And
The
it doesn't
lead.
hurt to chum up in there. You can catch almost anything. They may not be keeper size, but it certainly keep your hook busy all the time on the rising tide.
Mhm.
That barge canal doesn't get much use anymore, I think.
No, they don't bring fuel in there anymore. It's all natural gas now.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Brian knows
that.
that area really well because he used to work there at Turkey Point.
Who's that?
Brian Rolante used to work there.
Where is Brian? Is he on the West Coast now?
He's got a house over there and they've been spending every weekend there.
Oh, okay. Well, he should come show us where to go this weekend, see.
Yeah. I already talked to him earlier tonight and he says, no, he says, it said it interferes with time with his wife. I don't know what that means. So.
Okay.
He's still in love. Come on, guys.
All right, so done with the presentation? Any more questions? Come on. I talk too much. Any more questions? Giuseppe,
Good job.
Tom Vanderwater.
Very, very good. The Hurricane Flats I've fished quite a few times with Frank Miller in the past. And there's a nice snapper hole there for gray snappers, just as you go in on the right side. It's on a turn. Caught some hogfish there also.
Right in here?
It's a busy place.
Hurricane Flats in the main
Oh,
channel.
yeah, the Hurricane Flats. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there are fish along this edge here. Is that what you're saying?
Right on the edge where it drops off from the flats.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, you can pull up on any of these places, especially if you put chum out, you're going to get jacks and snappers and blue runners and all kinds of stuff.
A lot of fish run through there.
Yes, they do. You're right. And here's the canal up to the sour oranges or the key limes. But it's easier to see on the satellite than it is to find it when you're on the water.
Where is that at, Herman? Because I don't see the map is not up.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. Every time I turn it off, I think I'm still on. Let's try again. Okay, so here's the map. So,
Okay.
yeah, where Tom's talking about is right in here along this edge.
Right.
And again, here's called the whirlpool because
Right.
it's always going in a circle there. You can fish the whirlpool.
Yeah.
That's too. And
With that incoming tide and a west wind, that whirlpool area might be really good.
yeah.
Right.
Again, there's grass over in here. You can stick out on. Well, we're going to have the incoming tide, so it's going to be going that way. So probably on one of the edges here, and then cast back toward it.
Yeah.
And if you
But
throw
where was it that you said the oranges and the limes?
right here, see this come down this channel. You know where I'm at now,
Yes, I know.
and see
I've
the
been there.
channel right here.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a moat around the outside out here.
That's actually an old dredged channel. It was
Yeah.
dredged by a guy that raised key limes and pineapples and oranges on that, called Isaiah Jones.
Yep.
Right.
And the key limes are still there.
Okay.
Actually, I went on over there. Say hi to them. Soon my parents are here.
So we're going to have some fun. Probably this Caesar Creek area is a good place to start on the outside of Elliott Key and any of these areas in here.
You still haven't figured out lunch.
Okay, David, do I stop the share now? Call up David. Did David, is he signed out? He did, didn't he?
Answer me.
David Gladman? He took off. All right. So I'll talk to him. We'll have sandwich material. So go back to share again, right? When we come back, we can go in the big parking lot.
Where?
Right, that's what I was going to show you. Okay, so here's Homestead. Here's the ramps right here. Out in this area.
Good.
You can do a tailgate out here.
Yeah, you got to pay for parking if you don't have a pass.
You got to pay to get in the park.
Yeah. I got a ticket once, even though I paid. Couldn't
Yeah,
argue
well, they
my way
got-
out of it.
They got an app now on your cell phone. It's
Yeah, you use that.
use that. But if you're going to launch your boat, you're going to have to pay or have a sticker anyway. but we get away from the marina and come out here, you know, and we can set up out here. I'll set up out there with my boat and trailer, and I'll talk to David, and we'll you know, raft up out here in the parking lot and make some sandwiches and have some sodas and maybe a cold beer. Just one, since we're driving, right?
Right on.
We'll get ultras.
One at a time.
One at a time.